Deep in the ocean, an orca pod is on the hunt. But these aren't your average orcas. These guys are organized.
Marketing team, did you get those social media posts scheduled for the SEAL migration?
Aye, Captain. We even have an automated notification for all pod managers when they go live.
They use Monday.com to keep their teamwork sharp, their communication clear, and their goals in sight. Monday.com. For whatever you run, even orcas. Go to Monday.com to dive deeper.
The idea of helping mom or dad move to a senior living community brings up a lot of emotions. You want to be supportive, but it's getting harder and harder by the day. Lately, it feels like you're always concerned about mom or dad's safety. You're constantly stopping by to help out with household chores. You're spending more time as caregiver than son or daughter. It's a reality many adults face as their parents get older. If you're at that point, we can help. At the Good Samaritan Society, we work hard to help each of our residents feel loved, valued, and at peace every day. It's our mission, and we embrace it with a passion. It's possible your mom or dad may not be ready for that kind of move, but for many people, that time has come, and it's okay to ask for help. To learn more about how we can help you, call the Good Samaritan Society at 855-GOOD-SAM or visit good-sam.com. That's good-sam.com.
Well, I don't see the point in waiting any longer. So let's bring her out. The star attraction, the one you came to see. Ladies and gentlemen, the one, the only, Miss Judy Gold.
Thanks for listening to part 2 of Kill Me Now with Sam Seder.
We were 8 weeks into editing and the planes hit the towers and the whole movie was not funny anymore.
Right.
Mm-hmm.
And I remember the call from these guys. They're like, we need to see a copy of the movie because isn't this sort of like, you had sort of told us the broad outlines of this. And I was like, well, I can't get, my editor won't give me the footage until I pay him for the last 8 weeks. So they gave me the money. I sent them the copy and 2 months later after
I remember as a stand-up I remember when I went back on stage. I mean,
it was a weird time in the city.
So awful, and also because we all hated George Bush so much.
Yeah.
And it was off limits. And, you didn't know what to say. I mean, the sadness and the fear. I was terrified.
I was terrified.
I hear a noise.
Yeah.
And I would, Ben he was a month old when it happened.
Oh, wow.
Jesus.
And he ends up getting some sort of, he has 105 fever.
Yeah, you think it's anthrax poisoning or something.
Well, they made him, and that before 6 weeks, if you get a high fever, they have to do a spinal tap.
Oy.
So we went to NYU Hospital. This is September 13th, 12th or 13th. And we go to NYU Hospital and he's getting a spinal tap. I remember I went in because I was breastfeeding and I went in and I said to the nurses, "Oh, is it busy?" And they said, "No."
Right.
Oh my God, yeah.
And
when people went down, I remember heading down to give blood and people were like,
we don't need it.
Go back.
And the posters of the faces all over the city.
I lived right around on 28th and Park, which was right near the armory.
Yes,
and so
that's where the hospital is.
Yeah.
And that's where the morgue is.
Yeah.
And I remember that I stayed in the hospital with him, and anytime someone even walked down the hallway with an IV, I was like, it was so awful.
It was an awful time.
I can't even. Well, anyway, so.
But the amazing thing was that Newsweek on September 13th was supposed to come out with a cover about this big split on the Supreme Court,
right,
over that ruling.
Right,
it had taken 9 or 10 months,
right,
for it to sort of filter through, and of course they didn't run with that thing. I mean,
it changed the course of every.
It changed the course of everything.
Of travel. I mean, it's fucking awful. Before that,
the lives of several 100,000 Iraqi civilians. I mean, it was bad.
I mean, everything. I'm talking about the minutia of our lives, how it changed.
Yeah.
And
the reason
then,
Donald Trump has gotten so far,
No.
it changed that. You don't think so? You
No.
don't think that
I mean, I
people
think-
use terror in order to...
I think that he is.
I think that accelerated it. I definitely think that it accelerated the authoritarian impulse in the Republican
absolutely.
Party.
Yes. But I don't think his character.
No,
came
I
from-
just mean him, like,
Yeah.
get all the Muslims out of the, you know.
So now
US.
you hit 2004, and they're having the Republican National Convention at Madison Square Garden, right? And you're there, and you had been at the Democratic Convention, so you had a pin from the Secret Service,
Right,
okay?
right.
And so this is one of my favorite stories. So Zell Miller gives his speech. Now, Zell Miller is a Democrat from Georgia who then decides, you know what? I'm not so Democratic.
Right.
But he had given a speech at the Democratic Convention about how he is a Democratic, but he's a conservative. Then he decides I'm pro-life and I'm pro-family. Because I'm not pro-family, by the way. Even though I have kids, I'm a lesbian, so I'm not
saw the way you
pro-
treated your son.
Family,
I mean, yeah.
And so he gives this speech, and it essentially adopts all of these Republican policies and decides, fuck my, party. I'll cry if I want to. So I'll leave if I want. Fuck my party, and I'll leave anyway. So he gives this awful pro-life, marriage, one man, one woman, and you have a sign, and you are there with your pen, and you are looking for a Republican homosexual to talk about this, what has just happened.
Well, it wasn't just Zell Miller, too. I mean, it was the whole, 2004 election,
was
the Republicans ran in
anti-gay.
Almost
they still do,
8
but that
states, right?
But
they
that
put
was
specific.
well,
first of all, people forget this that Bush had gone on for a primetime speech saying, "I really regret having to do this, but we're going to have to make the Constitution, against gay people." I mean, that's basically what he went on TV to say, and they put on the ballot sort of constitutional amendments in states against marriage equality.
Right.
And so, one of the things that sort of was fascinating to us was how the fuck in the world could you be gay and be a Republican?
Right.
I still basically saying you're a second-class citizen.
Right.
But they maybe think I'm a second-class citizen, but I'm not going to have to pay more taxes.
Right.
So that kind of
but you don't have equal rights. You can't file, it's gay marriage is such a Republican notion.
They were not. They were members of David Dreyer. David Dreyer was in the leadership of the Republican Party. He was not out, I think, at the time. There were members of his own party who would not shake his hand.
I know,
because they didn't want to get the gay on them.
Right.
And so, I was just sort of amazed. So I went on, and I didn't just have that pin. I had 7 flag lapel pins because I wanted to establish I was significantly more American and patriotic than the other people there.
Right.
And the best I ever came up against was somebody with 2 flag pins. So, I almost lost my case right there.
You won.
But I had a sign that said that on one side said I'm looking for a log cabin Republican, and on the other side I'm looking for a gay Republican. And I just walked around the floor
to interview
somebody. And
in the Secret Service.
Well, there was one guy, I'm on the floor, but somebody in the stands is waving me over. And I had gone up to the Texas thing, and they got very upset.
Of course.
There's none of that here. And I'm like, why are you guys all wearing these hats then?
Right.
Right.
So somebody waves me over, and he goes, I think there's one in California, which is on the other side.
There's one in
So
California.
I start heading that way. And all of a sudden, I'm surrounded. Because, there's a lot of activity on the floor.
Right.
I'm surrounded. And a guy just grabs my shoulder. He's like, what are you doing? And I said, I'm a journalist because I had press pass. And because we were actually doing the radio show from there. And he's like, what's this? And it's, it says, it's just a folder. And then he lifts it up and it says, I'm looking for a gay Republican.
Right.
And I said, I'm looking for a gay Republican to interview. And, there had been a lot of protests. Code Pink had been there.
Right.
And I'm surrounded. There's this guy in front of me, but 2 or 3 behind me. And they all just look like other people there. Mm-hmm. And he's grabbed me. He's like, what are you really doing here? And I said, I'm really doing this. And he's about to shove me. He's like, all right. And he starts to grab me. He's got my arm, but he's starting to push me. And then he just stops. And he's like, where'd you get that? And at first I was just like, it's a lapel pin. And he's like, where'd you get it? And I said, I got it from a Secret Service guy at the DNC, my friend, who I didn't, he was just he was a fan of the show. And the guy just immediately is like, puts his arms down. He's just like, don't do anything. And I'm like, okay. And they let me
I wasn't planning on doing anything.
But I did find a guy.
No.
And yes. And it was, I think there's video online of it. I have the documentary somewhere, but he was like a 60-year-old guy, looked like from Orange County, looked like just like middle America.
Right.
And he is telling me why he's staying in the Republican Party, despite the fact that
they think he should.
He is in tears as everybody around him is like cheering for whoever's on. It's just the most bizarre, strange. And it was like he was holding on to his Republicanism. I mean, maybe I was projecting this, but it was like my sense was that he needed to stay Republican.
Right.
Like
because then he'd lose everybody.
Out, right. And he had done whatever upheaval to his life, I could only imagine for a guy that age to have come out in the environment that he was in.
Absolutely.
That this was the one thing that he was like going to maintain.
Well, that's why Caitlyn Jenner is like, I don't necessarily agree with. It's the same kind of thing, though. She doesn't want to lose her party.
You know what?
That one touchdown that sort of like had grounded her.
Right. But yet, Caitlyn Jenner's a whole other.
Right.
Because she is so repulsive and public about, she wouldn't be able to do what she's done if it weren't for the GLBTQ or STUVWXYZ community.
Of course.
And yet you fucking, you shouldn't have right. Fuck you fucking.
Well, she was criticizing North Carolina.
I know.
And it's like, do you see any connection between the party you support and the party that just did this? Like, all 30 Democrats walked out of the
idiot.
She was married to a woman and lived as a lesbian for years.
Well, no, she was married to a woman and
lived
now
as a lesbian
she wants
for
to be a
years.
straight woman. So she's now going to date guys.
Great. Okay, but before you dated guys, Caitlyn, you were a big fat fucking les.
Right.
So go fuck yourself.
Okay, thank you. That was very
for you, boss.
intelligent. Thank you.
Yeah.
Okay, so you do that.
Yes.
You which I love. And you're really you're really the first
Jew?
No, political podcast. I mean, you're
no, I don't think that's
one of them.
One of them. I mean, I think we do. I'm proud of what we do because we do really in-depth interviews that go really deep, and I was able to port over some of my radio audience, and I wouldn't be able to do that if it wasn't for that.
Right.
So I mean, I think we do. I know that a lot of our guests get to TV through us,
right?
Which is good in my mind,
right?
Maybe a little bit less so because MSNBC is not as interested in, they're changing in some ways,
right?
But
they're. What's going on with what's his name?
What's his
the one
name?
that spits? Why can't I remember anything anymore?
The one that spits?
They'll
spit.
The Irish guy. Oh, God.
O'Donnell?
No,
Matthews?
not Lawrence. Huh?
Matthews?
Yeah, Chris Matthews.
What's going on with him? He's been on television for like 20 years.
No, I mean, he's like all like Sir to Trump, and what the fuck's going on with him?
I don't know that that's a dramatic change.
All right, whatever.
I think he's like, they're moving towards, away from sort of.
We're the left.
Yeah, to more like we're establishment and, we're centrists. And that's, the way that they're branding themselves. And that's the way, in 2005, that's what it was.
You do MSNBC a lot.
I'm a contributor.
Yes.
I mean, I was until I criticized Chris Matthews.
Is that true?
I don't care.
What did you say?
What? I mean, just now.
And you're good friends with Chris Hayes.
Yeah, I know good friends, but I do his show once a week, and
I
I'm
just
a big
wish
fan.
you had. I mean, you would be great as your own show.
I don't
Is
know.
it because Ari Melber and you look like identical twins?
I mean, I think that's part of it.
Right.
I have to wait till Ari passes away.
I think we can
I
arrange.
mean, there was a time
Seder and Seder.
The thing that I'm most proud about my career is that I have acted with Jamie Farr, Vicki Lawrence, and I filled in for Oberman on MSNBC.
Right.
Like those.
That's
I feel
rad.
like there's nobody else. Like I don't know that anybody else has done that.
I've done a lot of different. I know what
like
you feel
like a news show,
right?
And to like work with like Jamie Farr on a sitcom,
right?
That's pretty cool,
right? You are very.
I feel like I've done enough. I'm just.
It's not over.
I'm gliding into like retirement. I just don't think I'm gonna get there.
Nice.
So, you used to do. I don't know if you still do the Rush thing where you listen to him for a minute and then you do a
Randy
minute.
Rush. Yeah.
I hate him. Like I don't hate a lot of people. He's dangerous and he's a liar. And Trump and Rush are so similar in a way.
Definitely. They're
But
both.
also-
I mean, that's why Trump was so predictable.
Right. But
Trump was
also-
completely
but
predictable because this is what the conservative movement has been saying for years.
But Rush Limbaugh is a fucking OxyContin addict.
Well,
and yet recovering. But if anyone else did what he did,
of course,
and he's married 4 fucking times, and he's
but
telling
you know
me
what?
I
Ronald
can't
Reagan
get married.
was married 3 times.
Right.
I mean, the whole edifice of the conservative movement is built
based on
bullshit.
lies,
Bullshit.
lies, and
Just
and
total
why
bullshit.
don't people fucking know that?
Well,
I'm
the
having
thing
a
is,
kill
like,
me
I
now
think
moment.
the thing that is the thing that's good about Trump is that, and this cuts both ways
You have
because
30
all the violence. 30 seconds.
No, I'm
the
kidding.
violence.
I hate
the
him.
violence that came out a couple of weeks ago, like really, like a month ago, is why Trump can't win now.
Right.
But before that, there had to be this sort of reckoning that, like, this is what the plurality, anyways, of the Republican Party is about.
Mm-hmm.
It's just about anti-PC, which is just like, I want to hang on to the last vestiges of racism and misogyny and homophobia. Like, I can't actually be homophobic and racist, but I still got to be. Why can't I go into work and say, like, hey, sweet legs or something like that?
Well, faggot's such a nice word.
Right, exactly.
It's so funny.
And just this sort of like, just being a dick. I mean, that's basically, honestly, like.
Yeah, but
this was completely
they've
predictable.
lost all respect for the office of the presidency. I mean, they yell,
They
you
never
lie.
had any respect.
No.
Well, they didn't yell, you lie to fucking George Bush.
It wasn't because they had respect for the presidency. It's because he wasn't black.
Right. Absolutely.
They never had respect for the
unbelievable. And
presidency.
now
It was
the
just
white
it was
male
just
is
fame.
losing power
Right.
and having a fucking temper tantrum
Right.
with an orange-faced, orange-haired fucking nutcase.
Hey, boss, how's it going?
So, you know how every time I go home, I immediately take off my bra
Yeah.
and my shoes
Mhm.
and my pants.
Mhm.
Okay.
It's kind of a little ritual.
Like, the first thing I'm going to take off is my bra.
Yeah.
So,
You're amazing at it too, like one-handed.
Thank you.
boom.
Yeah, I'm really good. Because, I'm a lesbian, so I've taken other people's off as well. Anyway.
I
the
learn
point
from you
is-
every day.
Thank you. And I have some, like, really fancy bras, But I have to tell you, I got this Third Love bra. Okay, can I just tell you something? It's like a T-shirt. I don't even need to take it off. I take off my shoes, my socks, and my pants, and I leave my bra on. It's like I'm not even wearing anything. It's great because, in the spring when you go through all your drawers and you're like, oh, I've been wearing this bra for 4 years and it smells and has, like, sweat stains on it.
And the under wires all popping out.
Yeah, this thing is so fucking comfortable, I can't even tell you. It's called Third Love. For 30 days, you can start a free trial right now. You go to thirdlove.com/killme. And thirdlove.com/killme. And I'm telling you, it is the most comfortable bra I've ever owned.
And what about this Breitbart reporter who, She gets grabbed, and they're like, I didn't grab her. Shut the fuck up. Even if
Well, but wait. But here's the thing. As repulsive as Trump's reaction to this is, the organization themselves wouldn't stand behind her.
Right.
They were bought out along. I mean,
right.
Like the whole thing is just bullshit built on bullshit.
Right.
Built on bullshit.
Right.
So she made the mistake of actually thinking that she was working for a legitimate operation, and the whole thing. That's the thing. Is like it's just a bunch of con people.
Right.
They're just con artists, and now I think they're really they're completely fucked.
Right.
Completely
I'm sorry.
fucked.
Can you say that word again?
I mean, I'm used to not swearing.
I know, but I love it.
They're completely fucked.
What I admire you on so many levels. And Elisa, my partner, thinks you're the hottest thing.
She's great.
Why? Because she thinks you're hot?
I mean, she's great.
Let's see if we can get her on the
She's
phone.
fantastic.
So
It's true.
Wait, I'm actually gonna put her. But you're very, and which I don't have this. I don't have that.
Like outgoingness.
Yeah, I'm really scared. Hello? I mean, I get, like, I was on your show, and I was so... my mother used to yell at me, Judith, why are you getting your blood pressure? It's like...
It's the only rational...
I get so... And you're so good at just, I have the facts, and I'm going to say them, and
Because I talk about this stuff every day. I mean, yesterday
I don't talk about it every day?
Yesterday I lost it. And
you did?
Yeah. I mean, it was like the comments that Susan Sarandon made.
Oh, please.
Now, listen, I am not a fan of Hillary Clinton, and that's an understatement.
Right.
And I am a very strong Bernie Sanders supporter.
Right.
And, what pissed me off is this idea. She didn't say that she believed it, but she presented it and didn't sort of say, like, I'm discussing this academically.
Mm-hmm.
The idea that you vote for Trump, or that if Trump wins, the revolution comes immediately.
Right.
George W. Bush. Like, that's all the answer that you need to that theory.
Yeah. Right.
I don't even know what the fuck that means. Like, the revolution comes immediately. Like we're all going to go with guns, and we're going to drag him out of the White House, and we're going to shoot him on the front lawn.
Right.
Like, what exactly happens immediately at that point? I can tell you what happens immediately is, like, the Iran deal goes down the tubes.
Right.
He appoints 3 Supreme Court justices who changed the fucking future of the country for 40 years, 40 years. They cut taxes for wealthy people. They end up coming around to a compromise where they cut Social Security. They get rid of Medicaid for a lot of poor people who can't afford it. They cut food stamps.
Right.
I mean, there's a lot of people who suffer, not to mention, under George W. Bush, 200,000 civilians lost their lives.
Yeah.
I mean, so...
I mean, that
when
was
I hear
one thing.
shit
When
like
he
that,
said that, Trump, you know what? We lost all these lives under your brother. I was like, all right.
Yeah, no, I mean, I appreciate. He also said the other day, I'm going to give nukes to everybody.
Right.
I mean,
that's brilliant.
The guy's a fucking lunatic.
Right.
And he's going to be dictated policy is going to come from places like the Heritage Foundation.
Right.
That's all you need to know.
Right.
And if someone says, like, I don't see a difference between Trump and Hillary, I just think that's your opinion. You're wrong. But if you go and say 2 + 2 is 5, like the idea, like there's like what the fuck does it mean? The revolution comes with Donald Trump.
Right.
Yeah.
I didn't
What the
get
fuck does that mean?
I didn't fucking get it either.
What the fuck does that mean?
If Bernie doesn't win, are you going to vote for Hillary?
Of course.
All right, thank
I'd vote
you.
for a shoe against any of the Republicans. Like literally, you could put
I
a
just got
fucking
these
pile
new
of
New
shit and
Balance
just say,
shoes
This
that
is
are...
no, because I think we moved to the left.
Right.
I think this country's moved to the left under Obama, and I have a problem with Obama too.
Right. Mm-hmm.
From the left, I have a problem with him.
Right.
But I saw what happened under Bush, and I saw what happened under Obama, and I think the net,
Who's your favorite president of your lifetime?
Nobody. I mean, I don't, of my lifetime, I mean, I guess Obama. I mean, who do I have to choose from?
Right.
Well,
I think
you want me to name them?
I
Yeah,
mean,
go ahead.
I think there were aspects of Jimmy Carter that were good, but there were also, he was very much like sort of deregulating
Right.
shit and,
right.
I'm not that attracted to presidents.
I find Obama attractive.
No, I mean physically.
I know. You like him. Now, do you find Michelle attractive?
Michelle Obama?
Yeah.
Sure.
She's hot.
Yeah.
I mean, the arms. I met her. She's lovely.
Never met her. I mean,
well, I'm really fancy. What? Now, we do talk about what pisses you off. And you told us before that you don't remember because you're so fucking tired and you work all the time. You don't remember what pisses you off.
Yeah, I had to actually realize when I got here. I was like, what? I had to text my producer.
Okay.
I said, besides that thing that Susan Sarandon said about Trump and my family, what annoys me?
Right.
He pulls out his
I have
list.
a very narrow life.
Right.
Okay? I deal with my kids. My wife and I will exchange pleasantries in between commercial breaks if we're, and it's usually fast forwarding it because we've recorded it. And then I walk to work and I talk about politics. So it's not.
So do you get pleasure from anything?
Nothing. No, not.
So do you think you have anhedonia, which is the disease where you get no pleasure? I always think my brother has anhedonia because I swear to God, he doesn't even like eating. He gets no, if someone bought him a 10-course meal at the finest restaurant in the entire world, flew him there, but he's like, no, not interested.
Well, no, I'd be interested. I'd go.
Right.
And
so you don't feel.
But I enjoy doing my show. That's my.
Are
that's
you
the highlight
elated? Now, what's going to happen?
Although I get I'm annoyed up until the moment that the show starts.
I'm like that too.
And then as soon as the show's over,
I get on stage every night because I hate everything, and then I'm like, oh, this is the best thing ever.
Right.
Now, let's hypothetical. Well, this is not hypothetical. This still happens. So in the future, your kids are older. They're out of the house. It's you and your wife and your show. What do you do?
I like doing woodworking.
Cedar and Cedar of Beverly Hills. Cedar and Cedar. That is interesting, Cedar.
I like to build.
You're fucking not Jewish.
I know.
What?
Cool.
Like what?
You enjoy that too, Judy?
Half the furniture we have in our house, I think I built.
No way.
Nice.
I did the kitchen cabinets.
Can we call you Jesus?
I mean,
Jesus, Lincoln,
there was a
Cedar.
time where I thought maybe
Christ.
what was going on.
Right.
But you start getting deep into your 30s and you're like, I think the timing is starting to screw up.
What would your parents, all right, were they mad when you were a theater major?
Sam
is
when I left law school, my father was very mad.
What did he say?
He thought I was turning communist because I had sideburns.
Oh my God. That's hysterical.
Because you had sideburns?
Yeah, he said to me at one point, he said, look at you, these sideburns and your communism. What are you
Is
talking
that
about?
part of the uniform?
I'm doing comedy. But I will tell you this, and this is what I think is just so fucked up.
He heard
okay?
comedy and thought communism.
I'm going and I'm working, in Cambridge at a Chinese restaurant, and I'm putting everything I have into either doing cross comedy, doing this other show, or doing stand up, and very proud of the work. But I'm a law school dropout. One time, I'm on All American Girl, and it's like I am now. I come home and I've gone from black sheep to everybody wants investment advice from me.
Oh, really?
They want to hear about politics. Anything I have to say that drops out of my mouth. It's
it's amazing it was that show.
I was like, there's nothing I could do that I would be. I mean, it wasn't like I hated that show, but I was like, I'm not particularly proud of it.
Right.
I mean, I made more money in that week than I had the year before. That's great. But
I know.
are people
I
really
bought a house
taking me
with my
seriously?
money. Yeah.
Because I was on All American Girl.
Right. It
And
was
I
a
just-
network.
I just found that to be
sobering,
so disturbing.
Yeah. Sam,
took me a long
hi. Sam is on the Margaret Show, and she had a show on ABC.
I have no idea who Margaret Shaw.
He's on a network show. It's on Tuesday night.
I don't even think there was a level of sophistication when they would say network. They would just say he's on TV.
Right.
Sam is on television. I gotta go.
Honestly.
And then they weren't upset about you dropping out of law school.
Law school? He's going back after the show.
No.
I gotta go. Shalom.
That was it. I was not.
I hope
a
this
communist
finds you well.
anymore.
I hope this finds you well.
Sideburns were great.
Right.
I didn't have to shave when I saw my grandmother.
That is disturbing.
All of it. It was very disturbing.
Yeah.
That's why Donald Trump is, this whole thing is a reality show to him. I'm going to market it. I'm going to,
I don't think he thought that he would do this well. I think he thought like this will be fun.
A publicity stunt. Yeah.
I hate him.
I mean,
his last name's Drumpf.
I know. I write that all the time. I'm like,
I hate like Chris Christie more.
I fucking hate him.
I hate him more. I don't like Cuomo either, frankly.
Why? He's so good for the gays.
I'm sorry. I mean, he might be, but
You're
he's
so
in New York.
miserable. You really are. I got to call your mother.
No, it's like Joe Lieberman, Cuomo, and Christie, I think, really get me upset.
Okay, Christie is a liar, he's a fat. That's what I went to high school with.
Piece of garbage.
They were all. I grew up in New Jersey. That's exactly how they were. They were bullies. But he's I am not. I don't care what people's bodies look like. I really don't, because I
don't give a shit.
Yeah, I'm 6'2"-ish. I'm big. I weigh over 200 pounds. He is a fat fuck. I don't care what the fuck you say. You're a fat fuck. Inside. And you walk around.
Out. He's a horrible. I think he's
a horrible person.
Horrible human being. And I mean everything from like. Everything, so much of what he's done as governor, but even like the Fort Dix 5, I don't know if you know that story, that he trumpets is like, it is just one of the most.
What is it?
It is, they put 5 guys away on these completely manufactured charges of terrorism.
Right.
And they were completely railroaded, destroyed these families.
Right.
And it's just despicable. And he did this during, he was one of Karl Rove's U.S. attorneys. I mean, he was just a horrible human being. I think he's just a horrible human being. And it is, the amount of joy at seeing him sort of lay naked, bare,
please.
naked.
I just vomited.
To all the sort of those centrists who promoted him. I knew that guy was I just can't wait for him to go to jail. And I think he will be indicted.
Really? And
I still do.
And will he have to share a cell, or what's he going to eat? I mean, is Mary Pat going to bring him some treats?
He is
disgusting.
I'm just waiting for that perp walk that they walk
and
that governorship.
How much pleasure did you get out of watching him behind Trump?
That was it was perfect. I mean, and because it's exactly who he was. And it was not at all surprising to me, because that guy's just thinking like, I'm done in politics. I'm just going to get a gig with him.
Now, have you seen the photo of him in a baseball uniform?
I'm not sure I can handle it.
Okay, why don't I?
Oh God.
Let me just get this for you. I'm going to show you a little photo that I think you'll enjoy.
I don't think I've ever seen this.
Okay, you're gonna because this will make you happy.
Did you
and
see
you're
the
so
picture
miserable
of him recently pouring one bag of M&Ms into a bigger M&M box?
No,
it's fucking awesome. It's just awesome.
Terrific. He's terrific. Wait, let me show you this. Here we go.
Is that the picture of the
M&Ms?
That's the M&M one.
Wait, let me see.
Fucking awesome. That is just like.
Oh, he's a fucking.
You know what the about when he? That is. It looks like I'm not going to be fucking president.
Right. Wait. It's coming. Here it is. Here, I just posted it recently. Didn't I post it recently?
For that.
Yeah.
What were you doing? Put in some music underneath?
No, I posted. Bye-bye. Here. Let me see.
Brian's got it. Brian Patrick.
Wait, I got to show this one. This is my favorite.
So everyone listening at home, Google Chris Christie baseball uniform, and then you can join us.
Holy fucking shit. Jesus.
Oh, he has a fupa.
Oh, my God.
Look at the wiener. Look at the fucking wiener.
Fupa.
Oh, my God.
You need a microscope. Wait, that's good.
Jesus Christ. I hope he apologized to the police department for that. It says NYPD across the... What a fucking asshole.
Come on.
Jesus Christ.
Why?
Look at that wiener. Now, what do you think?
Oh, Lord.
That's him throwing a ball.
Oh, Jesus.
He's like, I look like Babe Ruth.
That guy.
I just want to know, can you explain what part of the penis that is? And if anyone needs, just Google.
I'm pretty sure that's all
NYPD,
of it. I don't think that's a part of it. I think that's all of it.
I think his stomach ate.
I'm quite sure
that is
that's the shaft.
Really?
Now, I mean, to be fair,
It's not.
There's a lot of everything else around it, so you can't get a sense of scale.
Right.
It's like semi-enlarged clitoris.
Yeah, pretty much. But there's no balls there, so that's definitely. And it looks like it has the German helmet. on top.
And if I'm not mistaken, I'd say he's fully erect.
I mean, that's why he wore those tight pants.
I mean, just based upon past research.
Here, I'm just going to give you a closer look.
Oh, this is great.
Yeah.
This is
Because
great.
it could be a ball.
I'm
not an expert.
I'm going to use this as my
Probably
headshot.
a baseball.
I'm going to use this as my headshot from now on.
Just put it as your profile picture.
And you just put like a little strip across here. Sam Seder, MSNBC commentator.
Nice.
I just while
Oh my
you're
God,
here,
that's
which I'm
really-
sure, Donald Trump. This is from the Huffington Post. Breaking news: Donald Trump says we have to ban abortion and punish women who abort.
Oh yeah, I saw that. He hasn't quite figured out what the punishment's going to be.
Springtime for
Really?
Hitler.
But he can stick his dick anywhere he wants,
It
right?
is really what's going on is so fucking fascinating.
It's the producers. It really is. It's the producers.
It's
the script.
but this is not how you lose a Republican primary.
Right.
This is how you lose a national election in an epic way. In an epic way. But this is not how you lose the Republican primary. This is how you win the Republican primary.
Right. Apparently.
And that's what, when Michelle Bachmann, you remember when Michelle Bachmann gave that State of the Union address response?
Oh, yes!
To me, that moment sort of expresses the reality of American politics.
Right.
When CNN was covering it, but she was doing it for closed circuit TV for the Tea Party.
Right.
So she's looking into the Tea Party camera, but the CNN camera is off 2 feet to the left. So she's almost looking to the CNN camera, but just off to the point where she looked. It's not like a Dutch shot like on like the AMTV where they would cut to that. It's like looks like she's trying to look into the camera, but can't just quite look it in the eye, and she looks completely batshit crazy. And that's the reality of American politics.
Do you want to know why?
You can't talk to the Tea Party and seem sane to normal America.
Right.
And vice versa.
And what was interesting regarding the Tea Party was that her husband was there teabagging another guy while she was doing that. Yeah, Marcus was teabagging someone else.
Full on.
Chris Christie tried to teabag someone once.
I mean, and he's... whatever.
He's fey. I think it was what you were trying to say. He's like fey acting. Fey.
But no, he's a
Fey
gay.
or gay.
He's a gay.
That's a good. We should make that a segment of this
No.
show.
That actually
Fey or
would be
gay.
a good
That's a good segment. Fey or gay.
I'll write it down.
We ask I do, because it's my show. I ask every guest if they're on any antidepressants. I think you're not on any because you're so fucking miserable. Is that correct?
I am not. I have been.
What were you on?
I was on. Okay, I think I started on Alexa.
No, it's Solexa.
Solexa.
Alexa is the woman you cheated with on your husband.
Alexa.
I mean your wife. Alexa Pro, yes.
I did Alexa.
You fucked Alexa, then you went on Solexa.
And then
Lexa
the doctor was like, no, this make you too sleepy, so you go Alexa Pro.
I thought Lexapro makes you sleepy.
No, I think it's it's either or.
Right.
And so I was Alexa Pro, but this was I'm gonna say from 2001. I remember I was in group therapy, and I just went to my doctor and I was like, hey, dude, we've tried everything. I want some drugs, and so I was on it for 2 or 3 years, and I think that really helped.
Mm-hmm. And why'd you go off it?
You know what? I think it had to do with radio. I think I felt like I was searching for words too much.
Yeah, that's hard.
And
yeah, I get that.
And so excuse me?
No, I get that because I'm on 800 antidepressants.
I don't pick up on that, yes, sir.
What?
I mean, you're very...
I say fuck all the time because I'm so...
Yeah, I think he's being
I think I'd still say
No,
fuck.
I wasn't being sarcastic. I don't think she searches for words.
Oh.
You seem very fluent to me.
I love you. And it's time for
I think that's why I stopped. And so now it's just but Ambien and...
you take the sleeping pill.
Yeah.
I do the trazodone.
Oh, really?
Yeah. I like the trazodone. It's also has a bit of antidepressant in it, the trazodone. And you know who got me on the trazodone? Joy Behar.
Really?
And you sleep. It keeps you asleep. Like I can pass out on the couch, but then I'm up anxious. Like 2 hours later.
I mean, until my kid is, gets past a certain age,
right?
Like I need to be able to be. I need to be able to be woken up.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Good point.
Yeah, you just take a little bit or eat.
Right. Like I'll have like a bourbon.
Yeah, right. Just lick the pill and have a bourbon.
Like
Did your producer send you a list of things that annoy you?
Yeah, he did.
Okay, go.
You want me to read them off?
Yes.
This is how pathetic things are with me because when people say that Social Security is going broke, that pisses me off.
That when Social Security is
when people say that Social Security is going broke,
right.
That's when I get really. That's what really gets under my skin.
Wow, that's okay.
Why?
So if your son's like you're eating dinner, and he's acting up, and you're like, please, I need you to, calm down.
Well, it doesn't work with that.
And then he says, Social Security's going broke, Daddy.
Stop it. Are you fucking serious?
Okay.
That's what I would say.
What about, all right.
Who told you that?
Okay, ready? So
You're not playing with them anymore.
let's do a scene.
They're
We're
not
going to do a
offended
scene. We're going to do a scene.
Okay.
Ring, ring. You say hello. Ring, ring.
Is this like in the 70s? What's that?
Yeah,
that
it's the
sound?
70s. Yeah.
Hello?
It's your mother, Sam. Listen, I was just talking to your father.
You sound just like
and
Judy
his
Gold's mom.
prostate is
That's true.
Parents are
his
divorced.
prostate. Oh, I wasn't talking to your father. I was talking to a friend of mine over at the condo association. He said that Social Security is going bankrupt.
Well, your friend's an idiot.
You know what, Samuel? You have always been contrary.
Ma, Social Security can't go bankrupt. You want to hear the answer? What did I tell her?
Yes, I want to know why. Because he's very smart, this guy.
Because Social Security is paid for by workers. So unless everybody goes away and then comes back,
oh, Sam, you
40
and your
years later to
goddamn
collect their Social Security,
your
can't go
ideas.
bankrupt.
Well, you're right. How about how I'm on a podcast and I'm literally holding a fake phone to my
You
ears
are.
for the scene. All right, scene. Okay, next.
She had to end it.
Republicans aren't to blame for Trump. That
Okay, ready?
pissed me off. Yeah.
Sam. Hi. Ring, ring.
Who's this?
It's your dad. Listen. Your mother, I'm just telling you.
Sounds like a conversation. My parents are divorced. My
I
dad's
know.
they're not talking
I
to
can't talk to your mother. Anyway,
I know.
listen. I'm with a lady. And
actually sounds like a conversation.
yeah,
I've had
so
with
she
my
says
father.
to me that, with the Trump, that you can't blame the Republicans. You can't blame them. They're not to blame for Trump.
That's right. Tell them.
No!
Tell them you can't blame the Republicans.
I mean, this gets very confusing now because
Sam.
now I'm just like, you know what, Dad? Just don't argue with her. I mean, if she's willing to hang out with you, I think you
She's
should probably
got a
just try
nice
it.
ass.
That's all right. Yeah.
He's so sweet.
Well-
Who are you talking to?
Get out of here!
She's not very bright, but that's fine. I think we've.
Your mother was so horrible and bad. and she is just terrific.
Oh Jesus,
All right,
Dad!
next.
The kids are screaming
Okay.
again.
All right, next.
I mean, I think of course the Republicans are responsible for Trump. I mean, this is sort of beyond obvious.
Yeah.
And it's
all right.
It just pisses me off, like when I see people getting away with it on television.
Right. Okay. And this what pisses me off. There's two things. One, no one challenges him enough. No one continues with the challenge. And, they're like,
There's
I'm
no
asking you
challenging
again.
him.
I'm going to ask you again. I'm going to answer the question. He changes the subject.
It doesn't matter because there's no answer that he can give. He is a billionaire who walks around and is a open misogynist, open xenophobe, fairly, I think, encouraging of racism.
Mm-hmm. Oh, hello.
And there is nothing he can say that's going to dissuade the 40% of the Republican Party that likes him. Nothing. Zero. You could question him on everything. That's it. But fortunately, normal people find him odious, and he's fucked in the general election.
No one has ever called me normal.
I'm telling you.
Except for right now.
Normal people
and Judy
find him. Republicans think he's the best candidate they have, and normal people think he's a piece of garbage.
Okay, next. This is the other thing that I don't own a weapon. Do you own a weapon?
No. I mean, nunchucks.
Okay.
Nice.
I do not own a weapon, but
I've got a slingshot.
if I did, I wouldn't kill the person, but I would aim it towards the hanging chin. Mitch McConnell is the biggest fucking... The guy's not even dead. And he's like, we're not... How the fuck do you say that you're a public... There's no public... He's not a public servant. They're not public servants. And there should be fucking 9 Supreme Court justices.
Yeah, no, I agree with that.
I mean, how the fuck does he get away with that?
I mean, this is...
They just make up shit. It hasn't been done.
I mean...
Someone fucks him. Asian.
You think so?
Well, the wife is Asian. She's attractive.
Yeah,
I don't know.
but
How
do
does
you
he
think
get a
there's
fucking
actually
attractive?
like copulation going on
No,
there, or do you think
because
it's
he's
just sort of like an arrangement?
He sticks his chin fat inside of her.
Well, everyone needs a green card.
I don't believe that.
Yeah.
I don't believe that. I don't think they are actually copulating in any way.
Okay.
I don't think there's anything. Anything.
Okay, that's that. So he is a
McConnell. I think he's just a run of the mill politician. I mean, what really bothers me more is like the sort of the centrists who allow this shit to go on. I mean, look, John Boehner was asked 5 years ago, will you tell the 12 members of your caucus that they should not promote a bill questioning whether or not Obama is a citizen?
Right.
And he said, that's not my job to do. Are you fucking kidding me? So I mean, people are like, where did Trump come from? I don't know. John McCain, the centrist, right? The guy who's the adult in the room, put Sarah Palin within a heartbeat of the fucking presidency. This shit is so fucking obvious. It's been going in this direction for 12, 15, 16 years. And it has been ignored as if like Trump just came out of no. Who the fuck knew?
I love
they all went and kissed his ass in 2012.
She criticizes Obama, and let's compare his children to your children. Okay, Miss Family Values.
She's a moron who's just she's just a huckster. You can't blame like scumbags for being scumbags, but what really enrages me is like when the supposed adults,
right?
You know, on television or in the newsprint, you know. Just sort of pretend like that's just like within the range of normalcy. Like we've got to maintain our balance. We can't want to pick a side. Like you're really Sam. You're really obviously biased. I am biased. I'm biased against fucking idiots,
psychopaths in office,
lunatics.
I have one last question. Now the guy's name has now escaped my.
Jesus,
Wellbutrin Paxilhead.
What happens if you're not medicated?
Oh my God,
it's bad.
You don't want to know.
Everything. I mean, at least I have a grasp of fucking memories from recent memories. What's his name? He is Republican, hates Trump, and he's unmarried. He's never been married. What's his name?
Republican, unmarried.
He was running for he was one of the original candidates for the Republican. What's his name?
He's unmarried. He hates Trump. I mean,
and he's Republican. Fuck. You know who I'm. Everyone who's listening knows who the fuck I'm talking about.
15 people.
They're all shouting.
He's all
at
over.
15.
What's his name? He's from.
Who's unmarried?
Ben
Carson? Is Ben Carson unmarried? I have no idea.
No, he is.
What do you?
Here it is.
Rand Paul.
Here it is. So anyway, Lindsey Graham.
Oh yeah, okay. Unmarried. Okay.
Lindsey Graham is unmarried.
Yes, he is unmarried. He's an eligible bachelor.
Okay. No, he's not. Okay.
What?
What's that about?
Stop
now,
it. Stop it.
If there was a woman who was running for the Republican and was unmarried, wouldn't that be a fucking issue?
I mean, they make an issue of it with Hillary, right? Like, I mean, of course. And you know, it is.
What if there's no way an unmarried person could become?
Family values, Judy.
I mean,
you know, if he had a record of, and he, you know, during like 2004 to really not too long ago, every time I would mention his name on air, I had a sound effect of a closet door that would go off. I had no control over it.
Wow, that's so interesting. A closet.
Yeah.
Was it a cedar closet? Hello, Cedar and Cedar! Yeah.
Because I just think that, like, you know, to be a part of, like, the leadership of that party or to maintain a big elect and not to speak out for your party trying to sort of, like, marginalize But he's not been one of those guys who've been like extremely vocal about, shitting on gays, even though his party has.
Right. I mean, he
But yes,
seems
of course, he
gayish.
gets away from that.
Right.
But what pisses me off more is just like, how fucking dare you say that Donald Trump is a joke? Your best
Right.
friend in the Senate, John McCain,
Right.
started the fucking ball rolling by
Right.
putting Sarah Palin, who's literally like
The biggest-
dumbest human being, and not even the dumbest, like the most.
she's manic.
the
She's
most
manic
debased,
depressive and crazy.
The most sort of like just like patently,
Right.
craven, and. How the fuck is John McCain even? How does
the
he
fuck
get
is
on
that?
any news
Right.
show and they don't go, John McCain, you're the person who put Sarah Palin on the ticket, and then ask any other question you want.
Right.
But to remind people that like, you ask where Donald Trump came
Right.
from, he came from fucking you. He came
Right,
from
and now
you.
she's got another fucking reality show. I can't with her.
Well, she's gonna be. I mean,
She's a freak show.
God bless. God bless you.
God bless her heart.
bless
All
her
right.
heart.
I don't know. I mean, I could talk to you for another 3 hours.
Well, we could just move this over to Brooklyn. We'll do my show. We'll just keep bouncing back and forth.
Yeah, baby.
There you go.
I love the setup you got in here. I love
You
that.
do?
I mean, I love the whole
The
boom,
setup's
right?
great. The people talking is really fucking great.
You know
They're
why I like it?
so-
I'll tell you why I like it. Because it makes me feel better about my place. Because I sort of feel like, hey, am I doing something professional here? Because some of the stuff is jerry rigged, but it works.
No,
just as
I'm
well as
telling
this.
you.
Better.
These
I would say.
people, it's
Even
like,
you can podcast.
they don't shut the fuck up. They work for podcasts, and they don't shut the fuck up during the podcasts.
There's no. What is going on? Is there a convention? What is
I
it?
don't know. They're in their office. They're all jerking off.
It's a little pen quotidien.
Brian Patrick,
here.
what are they doing?
Exactly what you said. They're just standing there jerking off.
Ugh. All right.
I think I've
Listen,
listened to
Sam,
that show,
I
actually.
cannot thank you enough
Like
for being on Kill Me Now.
you know. Now, was this from a tweet?
What?
I forgot to ask you that.
What?
Because someone during the show yesterday said you should go on Judy's show, and I'm like, I would love to go on Judy's
Right.
show.
So someone
And they tweeted
tweeted,
you. And that's how
I
I
was
got here.
like,
So it's
oh
that
my
easy.
God.
That's fantastic.
And
love it.
Whoever tweeted that, thank you.
Yeah.
So, and I wanted you on anyway, but I was like,
Yeah,
oh,
no, I
she's
know you
had
got to be.
you on her
It's
list.
like out of sight, out of mind.
no. I mean, I wanted you on anyway, but I was like, oh my God, we have studio space tomorrow.
Like this is. At first, I was like, this is an amazing coincidence.
Isn't it unbelievable?
And then I was like, before I was even off.
Do
the
you
air, I
check
got-
Twitter a lot?
Oh, constantly.
Yeah.
I mean, but I use it as a.
I use it as an informational.
news-
Yes.
Yeah,
me
I
too.
pull a lot of stories from there. I don't
right.
have an RSS feed
Right.
anymore. That's what I do.
Well, I
Listen.
hope to hear you on Bob's Burgers again very soon.
I'm gonna record it.
That
week.
was Lord Hennessy. And
really ruined the flow.
I know, right?
Felt like
That's
we were,
what I
like,
do.
Building,
Yeah.
Now we have to like go
Yeah,
back
yeah.
and build to another crescendo.
Fucking
Tweet
assholes.
at Bob's
I'm gonna go
Burgers.
murder the people in the office next door.
I will tweet
Sam,
that.
will you
I'll
come
tweet it.
back?
Of course.
Really?
Come on.
This
Seriously?
was great.
Yeah, I would
love
love
to.
it.
No, this is.
You have to come back closer to the erection.
Oh, totally.
I mean, I really, because I am as infuriated as you are.
It's going to be awesome. I mean, the next leading up to the convention is going to be a shit show of epic proportions. I mean, these guys are already laughing about it.
I know, right? Thank
Judy,
you so
thank
much.
you.
Where can people follow you? You're on the Majority Report.
Yeah, you just
host
go to majority.fm and
Majority.fm.
Yeah, you can
Daily
listen to
show.
the Majority Report. We're doing another show called Two Dope Boys. We have a daily show that you can listen via our app or come and.
And you're
it
very
gets a little
talented.
Bit, it gets a little bit weedy. It's a little bit weedy. So you
No,
gotta,
it's
you gotta
great.
really enjoy politics.
It's great, and you're smart, and you're handsome, and my girlfriend
great for
loves
radio.
you, and I wish you only the best, even though you have anhedonia.
Well, I'm sorry. I appreciate you diagnosing me, and
Yeah.
I love you. And
Yes, and
you're
you
one
know,
of my favorite people to have on the show.
Oh,
and I hope
thank
you keep coming back to my show.
Samuel Lincoln. Thank you all for listening to Kill Me Now. My name is Judy Gold at JEWDYGOLD. Get Judy, JEWDY.
Like us on Facebook, facebook.com/KillMeNowCast.
And what is it? It's majority.fm.
Yeah, you can do majorityreportradio.com.
Okay. Because you got to listen to this guy. He's fucking fantastic. Thank you all for listening. You can reach me at Seder and Cedar of Beverly Hills. So long!
Feel the burn.
And everything was wonderful. I'll see you soon. Thank you for the visit. So long.
This episode is brought to you by Progressive Insurance. You chose to hit play on this podcast today. Smart choice. Make another smart choice with Auto Quote Explorer to compare rates from multiple car insurance companies all at once. Try it at Progressive.com. Progressive Casualty Insurance Company and Affiliates. Not available in all states or situations. Prices vary based on how you buy.